Well, I ASK Morgan Sports. Ubetimi ashare on YouTube and TikTok and so ho. Yatna say signed another edition of DBI Jumadi na yedi wa hanum no bro. One of a kind sports analysis any updates in any bro. I really Papa ni dindi Javier Tebas Akasa, FA president for the Spanish Football Federation. Obecheka Nano World Cup year tour from Spain. It's match Argentina yen nyedwa final num. After Spain won, and some trip for Tribe Papa, your friend Javier Tebas or no Spain's FA Federation, FA president or Federation president or no more bisa no FIFA on sem and also look Obenya Anka Papa ni din ede Gianni Infantino ye FIFA president no on stepping down from the role as FIFA president. Ni bisa say na eba ne saying no cheche mu se ne ma bebre akokọ so World Cup no mu no enimguase sema ensem fata se FIFA behwa ama Gianni Infantino atoa na dwumadie so ene yesi okay papa yi to ne kasa no so no cheche mu se de kan World Cup no kra no se opeso obiem edeba 54 teams. Now obiem the 54 teams, what it means is that they are going to have more matches in the World Cup. Sorry, 64 teams. Obiem the 64 teams are first of all they are going to have more matches in the World Cup. Ebanasa big players no ebebre or many injuries in term. It will have an effect on the big leagues. For example, Declan Rice about almost 70 matches in the year, and into we a player nasa wo English Premier League and answer LALIGA mpo ozane bo Copa del Rey obebo Super Cup ne ade uwia obesan ababebo Champions League enzo so ewo ho obebo FA Cup ebi mpo a obesan abo EFL Cup enzo so wo honom so many matches uwie yebekukọ international break within the season obebo ni nyina uwie na se oba World Cup. Now say World Cup no there about 64 teams are. It means that your both group stages we are a lot of rounds. You bit my round of 48 crowns and about round of 32. And into ningi na bema matches for the World Cup no be cost into players now top teams no they will be at risk and so that was the first concern. The second concern then say what it means is that you are dilute to World Cup. No, football is not all about World Cup. We can have multiple international competitions. The way UEFA UEFA Conference League, UEFA Europa League, and some UEFA Champions League. No, there are layers to levels of this game, and so. Say your top class or money World Cup proper. We can have a separate competition for teams and national teams or mean rather class A no more so into mean that proper World Cup so that in that class they will be peers. Now you mean konya World Cup proper teams abana timba kwachi obi ahya yonko 7 obi ahya yonko ahya 10 because quality no gap no sunye and into you say because of these ideas that Gianni Infantino want to know he's continuously spoiling football. He's continuously spoiling footballer and they any ideas Gianni Infantino and twas FIFA president to be honest a bad idea to me World Cup no mo sign to us when yan wo hwa no sign chere mu say decisions bi akoso World Cup yimu a barbaric embarrassing enu say obi o football fan bi also so etna se hwe and no start free following Balogun the red card onya aye no FIFA decided say yen cancel suspension no yen cancel ban no however ya suspended the effect of the ban say Waji World Cup, waji red card ni name, but on 7 the ban ni ne, or best 7 actually I about World Cup na we, and that was according to Javier Tebas that's an all-time low as far as Gianni Infantino is concerned. And inti we're going to win more see pay new kwan krasi man yeden. Etwaso enu kwan krasi man twaso as FIFA president and so honum nin sense bebre say officiating bi na dwuma bi a ya hyehye say ye fam wo bi man nye World Cup na ne ade nyina and o ka say look Belgium for we need that game and na ma asem na kwakwada na nka Belgium for elusu that particular game na anka edin sempi ebeba ama nkaba na o ma tro petitioner ngofo bebre e sign de ato aso no sign ka say FIFA call election bioma likely say Gianni Infantino be winning because in the last election omokoye apart from 2016 only a certain Sheikh Ibrahima a contest here papa didn't Gianni Infantino after runoff no nya 111 votes Sheikh nya 86 or the beating no honom no proper contest ebia nya den enko so FIFA obium and papa na timi akọ 3 terms as FIFA president now nyame ya adoma next year March FIFA be Congress akwa elect FIFA president biom Gianni Infantino prepare so beba for the 4th term enso so na Javier Tebas dey to obi anim say look this guy Senka Belgium lose that game na nka by now yenya ya sensan petitions ye de person ye yi ne free mu out and nei banka ono obetu ne fo no obeti ama ne ha ne ho contesting ma but then the issue is that Javier Tebas also knows that football no there's a certain kind of mafia system we won't say FA no edi obi ba ebe contest na se nipa no lose for the next 4 years sa FA no you are dead. FIFA be mafia and is a chroma ya to chroma ya to about for GFA president now we will be a division 1 team be and I say Premier League team be and I say RFAB what decided say okay who support to candidate A now candidate now what time let you know be lose for the next 4 years officially who opposition yeah chabos cry and fro. So what I say, and so for that matter, or more capable so make run football almost not just because of themselves, but because federation not be presenting no, and our confederation not be presenting no, continent no be free swabano. The moment I'll be youth, the entire block will be in trouble. Obekaya, just before this World Cup, in fact, World Cup finally, Alexander Sefrin or UEFA president. Or decided say World Cup final no be boycott because World Cup no nema ba kumienu bi akoso no hu ni say nkaye. Now there's a long standing beef between UEFA and FIFA as well. One who said in the election Gianni Infantino otimi wini the entire UEFA bloc decided to go after Gianni Infantino and make sure he doesn't win. So what they say, they came against him. And Australia, Africa, Fuine, Konkaka, Fuine, Boanamani, Winnie, and in his duration. In his duration as FIFA president, Wabuame ne Morocco, Ebabe, nya co-hosting of the World Cup nibi CONCACAF for Canada, USA, any Oman and din so de Mexico etimi hosting World Cup nibi after several attempts USA no more tries on me host your muntimi. So it looks like so ni mude ne baye no he's been able to hold them down while mumu kakaka. Now there's this beef our new UEFA FIFA new UEFA war no every step along the line baby FIFA far left ubehu na UEFA jina right anything FIFA World Cup final no Alexander Sefrin decided say on show up crampo bio. Alexander Sefrin decided say World Cup final no on show up on manom on makra mehwebi then eno enya no nko a ye nyina enim say referee of free Somalia no about World Cup eba be officiate World Cup at FIFA angaza ne appointed no US mpanyim forecast because of immigration laws ntino omo mpenema abrante ni nya access e wo ho ntimi mura US e wo ho no emfa meye adwuma no because of this Alexander Sefrin eba bontin ebe criticizing FIFA openly said the way Gianni Infantino running FIFA no or running a very bad for 2 simple reasons. Say one yebepene ama US decided who gets to come to the World Cup even if say you are an official for FIFA. What it means is that you nimba bi ochina World Cup no be kwa kodi se kwa kodi wona se nipa no so person chese bi mpo FIFA president na mu no wa asama e ho no ye be ne den because the referee is an agent of FIFA and it say yetimi preventing referees ma that could be obi betimi ada sorry aka say FIFA president na mu no wa asem. And would FIFA president step in to protect himself at that moment? What decided is a referee, non protected referee, So ningina yes is legit issues are Alexander Sefrin nebe raise here, and from there you say very soon UEFA Super Cup never top from a Champions League winner any Europa Cup no nipo timeje ya Aston Villa any PSG bebo any UEFA appointed this Somalian referee say on konko jineme no just to shame FIFA. All of this just to shame FIFA. And like I said, UEFA has positioned itself to always contradict FIFA because of that long-standing beef. Now, my question is that Yami Adoma match FIFA paying for back what no matter a new FIFA president. We all know Gianni Infantino is contesting. Would UEFA be bold enough to present a candidate? Would UEFA be bold enough to present a candidate? Because Utie the Javier Tabas Ekikain, now Utie the Alexander Sefrin also Kikaya. It looks like UEFA is cooking something up for Papa Nidin and so Eddie Gianni Infantino. It's too early to call it yet. We have to wait and see what will happen. Quickly on transfer news. Rodri. For some time now, Rodri and Nawaji Golden Ball World Cup. Real Madrid has shown interest when he has been in the conversation for a while now. Kaiser Nanuya, Florentino Perez, Enrique Riquelme, Real Madrid presidency election, the boy, you know, and the Dean Bamu, the Dean PMO, in fact, to be the image campaign or election. Some for Trebe and the Kakani, per se, say, the interest, and Kasa. Then, sir, from April, you know, Manchester City offer Brantier no contract extension, but onye na adwin so be sign. Oma offer no contract extension from April, but as at now onye sign here. Any nyina feeling be say the young man could be eyeing Real Madrid because they say he's 30. What I say, he's in his 30s. As they say, I don't know. So he's at the apex of his prime right now. And I'm a man, Adam say, Waji Rose, Waji. FIFA World Cup. He's among only 7 players to have won Ballon d'Or, Euros, and then World Cup and Champions League. He's among only 7 players to have done all of these. So what I say, and he's in an elite class. And so I feel the young man wants to play for Real Madrid. Ebi or no and then a career we're born now, Papa no born or Champions World Cup, especially the final, no semi-final and the final now. Look. Or Coco can't that Real Madrid midfield no I mean that midfield will be a monster. That midfield will be massive. Say over Rodri at the base, now over a certain Jude Bellingham room, now over Federico Valverde was our midfield room. It's me the other Gule number Beckham was our midfield room there. Honestly, I mean it will be a heavy midfield there. Barcelona paying for Ferran Torres say omonena edi nkomo kakra because Barca paying for shy e omunya kakra say my brantie no the contract no yewu kabe 1 year 2 years ni mo ano we na unfortunately omama no contract extension I want to mean sign here na ya sense one who say PSG for show interest wa brantie no mu now say Barca interest ni divided. Because now, Barca person raise or Tom Ferran Torres, not the raises Cadecotto Julian Alvarez, at the beginning team ni. Now, before Barca benya the bargaining power net media yes gakasia or pay because now Barca tries to be quoting 100 million. So what I say now gauge say what the anya then bit menya 60 70 be and there. Boy, national World Cup winning goal there, bet me million and no bet me 80. But the contract length of Ferran Torres gives Barca away because who will play now kind of 1 year, 2 years. Now person they 100 million na year see. And yes, me 100 million and then me contract and there my be funny free. And the more time is being spent Branty and sign contract extension now, Barca there to the no. It puts Barcelona in a vulnerable position. And the Barca paying for Branty and so money by come say they want to know his plan. On one kasana, on one pedano china honum. What does he want to do? Nah, we are monitoring the situation closely because Papa needing the Luis Enrique, there's no doubt say Ferran Torres, when Ferran Torres be share the system no and the team no obetimi aboye papa ebeboa no with sa ne tiki taka system na o play ohonom no. And but they are also mindful of the amount of money they can throw in for a brand here no. Any of them will be see we will come back again very soon. Thank you so much. Subscribe and like all our, you can also comment. Yeah, thank you so much. This is ASK Morgan Sports. Bye bye.